It's an historic day for the Pine Tree State. 5 years in the making, the Soccer Club of Maine is finally here. Hearts are kicking off tonight at Fitzpatrick Stadium. So pull on your jerseys, fly your flags, and support local soccer. Portland, you never forget your first. Up the Hearts.
The day is finally here, a day of history from Portland, Maine and Fitzpatrick Stadium. Portland Hearts of Pine play their first USL League One home game against one Knoxville SC. Tonight's home opener is presented by Visit Maine. With the former League One striker Ricky Lopez-Espin, I'm Josh Eastern. Fitzpatrick Stadium originally built in 1930, but overgoing some big renovations, $3 million. 5,500 is the capacity here in Portland, and we are expecting a sellout here today at Fitzpatrick Stadium. Some of the upgrades, new turf, new stadium lights, new locker rooms. This place is fitted for Portland Hearts of Pine. But on the field, it has been a bit of a struggle to get going this season for Portland. Just one goal in their 3 matches.
Having a conversation with Bobby Murphy, he's actually been very pleased with what they've done on the field. It's just those minute details that continue to lack for Portland Hearts of Pine, unable to find the back of the net. On the defensive side, they're losing their individual markers, but playing at home with this fantastic event, I expect them to feed off the energy of the crowd. First 10 minutes going to be crucial for Hearts of Pine to get in a rhythm here.
Portland looking to get things going, and they're maybe looking for their player to watch here today, presented by high roller Pat Langlois, who is the only goal in the league.
Patrick Langlois is the heartbeat of this side. He's going to play next to Punanjaran. Look for that relationship to really flourish, because if he get on the ball, now expect that front forward to be expansive and to be aggressive. His positioning, utmost importance for this home side.
4-1 Knox. They have had a great start to this season. Our new head coach, Ian Fuller, 3-0-1. This was their last time out against FC Naples. The penalty and then their big goal scorer in Kempis Tequila, putting it in the back of the net. Part of his 2 goals, 1 assist so far this season. And Tequila, he is our player to watch.
Tequila is the most important player for one Knoxville, because he's going to play at that number 10 role, and he has the freedom to go and search the game. The ability to bring his teammates in that final third, but he's also a ruthless finisher. He needs to be the best player for one Knox if they want to steal points.
One Knox trying to spoil the party here in Portland. What a historic day for pro soccer in the state of Maine. Portland Hearts of Pine ready to play their home opener in USL League One. We'll have lineups and first kick from Fitzpatrick Stadium on the way.
Partnership means a lot of things in this business, and that's the most important thing, is being in a business relationship with someone that you trust, and that's what Mimic does. We want to make sure that everyone is getting exactly what they need, and we want it to be a long-term relationship. At Mimic, we want to lower their total cost of risk, and we want to get those employees back to work whenever we can. At Mimic, we make workers' comp work better.
Tonight's home opener is presented by Visit Maine. The tifo from the supporters tonight. Welcome to Maine, the way soccer should be. Tonight, starting lineups for head coach Bobby Murphy for Portland Hearts of Pine. They're presented by NBT Bank. And right now, this Portland Hearts of Pine team trying to look on this rest defense. They've been good defensively this year.
How do you deny transitional moments? That's going to be a big talking point for Portland Hearts of Pine. Green and Binberg need to be really good at understanding as one steps. The other one provides some coverage because one, Knoxville in their front three, really dynamic. They want to go forward. They want to be aggressive. First 10 minutes, crucial for one Knox to get in a rhythm here.
A sellout crowd here at Fitzpatrick Stadium. These fans have been waiting for a long time for this moment. USL League One soccer in Portland, and we are underway for the first time from Fitzpatrick Stadium. It's Portland Hearts of Pine and one Knox SC. Talking with head coach Bobby Murphy this week, he said to his players, you just got to enjoy it. Don't get overexcited, but let it help you. This is a great crowd on hand. They're all rooting in their favor, and we're going to have a fun atmosphere today.
These are the games that you want to play in if you are a player the first time to make history, and that's not something very often that you get to do as a professional athlete. So embrace this opportunity. And like you said, Josh, this Portland's Hearts of Pine side needs to enjoy it.
Long throw in coming for Jaheim Brown. It looked like it slipped out of his hands. Still comes into the corner though anyway. Chance to get the cross in. Dealt with and put out for a throw in. Well, for Portland Hearts of Pine this season, they played the least amount of games so far in league play. They've only played 3, a couple of draws and a loss so far. As Brown gets this back again, fires this across the 18-yard box. There was a deflection, and it is put out for another throw-in on the far side. Last time out for Portland in all competitions was a 2-0 loss at Hartford Athletic, a team that they knocked out in the U.S. Open Cup in penalties. They played it at a nearby high school, as this is their first game here at Fitzpatrick Stadium. Quick passing at the top of the area. Kempis Tequila lays it off again. Knoxville, good ball rotation here in the opening 100 seconds. Top of the area again, low drive, deflected, and it's over the line! Within 2 minutes, one Knoxville spoiling the party in Portland.
What a start this is for one Knoxville. The ability to be on the front foot just to create, and notice the aggressive nature. How many players are higher up the field? They're patient, they're composed, and when they get a sliver of a look, it's a strike from Richie, the left back. You put it on target, you give yourself a chance, and there is a lot of bodies in front of that goal mouth. Moore sees it late. He should be doing better with this, but yet one Knoxville to come into this hostile environment, settle himself into this game. Dream start for Ian Fuller.
Stuart Ritchie with his first goal of the season. He scored just 1 in league play last year, 2 in all competitions. The League One veteran formerly with the Richmond Kickers. Well, that's a punch in the face if you're Portland Hearts of Pine. What a start for Knoxville. As Bobby Murphy said, you got to use it to your advantage, but one Knoxville, they got to feel like the underdogs, like they're the hated ones coming in. It's got to be a fun sort of role they are playing in this game today as well.
If you're Ian Fuller, you're coming into this hostile environment. The number one key for your side was just to weather the storm, because you know that this hostile environment is going to push Portland Hearts of Pine and give them that little bit of an extra boost. So how do you get into this game? You score a goal, you settle down, and you get some confidence. And for Bobby Murphy and Portland's Hearts of Pine, you're looking for consistency and ball retention. Take this game away from one Knoxville and play yourself into it.
Those keys are presented by Pape Chevrolet. So far, it's been perfect for Knoxville, but Portland haven't really gotten on the ball as Knoxville coming forward again here, going down to the top of the area. This is just outside the 18-yard box. It was Mark Doyle, former Rhode Island FC player in the USL Championship, forcing the issue again for Knoxville.
Just so much freedom for Knoxville going forward. Mark Doyle sets up Mikey Lopez in a fantastic manner, just continues his momentum, and when Mikey Lopez takes that step towards the byline, that's when he comes centrally. He feels the contact, he goes down, and yet another interesting location for Knox to really cause some chaos between Portland's back line.
Couple of options standing around this outside the area. Kempis Tequila is one of them. It is Tequila. It ends up out of play. There was a deflection on it and a corner kick on the way.
Such a difficult angle for Tequila to get his hips around it. But a player that quality is always going to fancy himself. 2 goals, 1 assist on this season. And yet another dangerous set piece for the visiting side.
It has been all Knox to start. Ian Fuller's side, they have come in great form. They've won 3 straight matches in USL League One play. Ritchie stands over it. It's an in-swinger put right into the middle. Morse able to punch it away. And now Portland trying to get out in transition. And here they come with Ollie Wright. Good job to close that space down once again by Jaheim Brown. And all the way back the other way for Sean Lewis.
Flawless positioning, the ability to read the game from Brown to come across and deny a transitional moment for Portland.
Put it forward once more. Another chance coming into the box for Knox. This laid off. There was just enough defensive pressure there and forced into the hands of Morse again. Injury report is presented by Maine Health. None reported for Portland, unfortunately. It's a bit of a longer list for Knoxville, including the experienced Camardi Smith. Nice flick through for Ollie Wright. You know, all these players, we've already had the first goal, unfortunately, for Portland, scored at Fitzpatrick Stadium, but you know these Portland players are going to want to find the first goal on their home field.
Now, if you are Bobby Murphy, the challenge to your side is just to shoulder this responsibility and fight a little bit of adversity. Is coming into this game, first time playing here in this home stadium with the fans. You wanted to score that first goal. You wanted to give them something to cheer about. So now you have to dig down, show a little bit of character, show a little bit of fight, and play yourself into this game.
Knox, they feel fired up for this one. They're showing it in their play in the early going. Finally, some time on the ball here for Portland. Quick give and go as it comes in field. Nothing doing for Nathan Messer. And all the way back to Sean Lewis in goal. Messer and Doyle, former teammates at Rhode Island last year, now on the opposite side of this one today. Messer, though, sticking around in the New England region.
And notice, Josh, 8 minutes in, Knox is continuing to go down that left-hand side because Mikey Lopez is a true number 6. He's playing at that right back position, so Ian Fuller had to have something tactically up his sleeves to say, well, let's overload that far side and really test Mikey Lopez playing in an unnatural position.
Here's Ritchie again. Floated forward, another header away, that time by Sean Vinberg. Now a chance to get out in transition. Michel Pounangeron. Ollie Wright calling for it here on the near side. He'll skip over Wright. Did not keep that one in play. Well, Bobby Murphy said you want this crowd to work in your favor, but maybe is it working against them right now? Are they too fired up for this game?
Trying to do too much, Portland. At this moment in time, you want to continue to go 100 miles per hour. You want to get this game even, but it's actually settling into this game. Get the ball retention, get some possession and some confidence. It starts with Langlois and Pounangeron. The 2 double pivots need to become a little bit more available because if they do, now you allow Liati on the ball.
Here is Azad Liati for Ollie Wright. Right down the line, Messer locked out of play. It's a corner kick on the way for Portland. It's presented by Allagash.
Fantastic patience here from Ollie Wright, just to slow the game down, and that allows Messer to come around the corner. But even better defending and recognition from Brown to close down the space. Sashi
Wada stands over it. season he is playing in the United States after spending the rest of his career in his home country of Japan. Wada, the in-swinger, head of the way at the near post. Nodded forward again by Messer, but now a chance for Knoxville to run, and they might have numbers here. Going to ground, a brave challenge put in by Mikey Lopez, but Knoxville continues on. It at least slowed them up. Here's Doyle, the cross coming in, and it will be taken in by Hunter Morse.
What a challenge this is from Mikey Lopez. He needs to get it right, because if he does not, it's a 3v1 going back the other way. Watch the timing when he goes down to feet. Nearly gets by him, but last-ditch defending effort and even better positioning from Mikey Lopez, and that allows his teammates to recover and deny one Knox a good opportunity to go going back the other way.
Important player in the middle of the park as Zadliati slides in, puts this out of play. Mikey Lopez from 2019 till 2024 with Birmingham Legion, was with that club since the very beginning. An experienced pro, 32-year-old. He's battled some injuries in the past, but if he can stay healthy, he'll be an important piece for Portland.
Not only on the field, but off the field as well. You alluded to his career and the experience and the success that he's had. So in the locker room, he's the type of guy that can build a culture, that can set the standard for Bobby Murphy.
Sean Lewis, another experienced player, former USL League One Golden Glove winner back in 2023 for one Knox. Good passing from Portland as they look to play through some of this Knoxville pressure, a team that is not up there in terms of possession. And they could still hit you for some goals, as we've seen so far. Here's Wada. Wada tries to turn the corner, coming infield. Wada gets end line, and it did go out of play. It's being hounded there by Jordan Skelton, who's good physical defending.
Nicely done from Wada, just required 2 players in. That second touch that sends him too far towards that end line. Like you mentioned, Josh, good recognition from Skelton to come across and double down and help out Brown.
Now it feels like Portland's starting to settle in, get on the ball a little bit more. This is a one Knoxville side, the second least average possession in USL League One, 44%, and yet they still have the 3rd most shots on goal per game. So they can control a game without possession. Ian Fuller, who has come into this team, his first head coaching job, he was an assistant at Minnesota 2016 until last year, time with Orlando City as an assistant as well. Very experienced pro throughout MLS, the NASL, and the USL as well, and now finally landing here with one Knox.
Ian Fuller does a nice job at just creating an identity for this one Knox side. He wants them to press high, he wants them to be a high energized team and really make their opposition uncomfortable in possession. They want to play direct. They want to play into that front 3 as quickly as they can. And so far, they've done a nice job at just causing some issues for Portland.
Here comes Knoxville again. Ritchie with the service, looking for Tequila in the middle. Loose ball, deflected to the near side. Still a chance here for Knoxville as it's put back towards goal. Cleared away again. And out of play for a corner kick.
Ritchie from his left back position has been really aggressive at just pushing the issue. And if you are Finberg, you need to do better with this recognition. This ball needs to be away from that central location. You cannot afford to give one Knox a second bite at the apple, and yet they win another set piece.
Stavros Zarakostas, who forced that corner kick, and it was 2 assists so far this season. You can see people outside of Fitzpatrick Stadium that couldn't get tickets. They're trying to get a look at this as the corner comes in, back post, and it's put into side netting. Close call there again for Portland defensively.
This time it's Caputo at that back post. Put the ball in a dangerous area, you will get rewarded, but you need to be better defensively if you are Portland. Winning your individual duels and not letting this ball trickle down to that back post. Morris needs to do a better job at commanding his 6-yard box. And as this ball comes back across, Caputo needs to hit it with his left foot. As he's reaching across his body, that closes down the angle.
Morris sends it away. Flicked along, looking for the run of Masashiwara. Another throw-in on the way for Portland Hearts of Pine. 7 goals scored in 7 total games. They've been shut out in 3 games in all competitions here in 2025. And now as they find themselves trailing within the opening few minutes, the goal officially in the 2nd minute. They're playing catch-up again, and it's a team that, we just said, have not been scoring on a consistent basis. Another throw-in coming here for Portland as they just try to settle into this game. Emotions no doubt running high, but Bobby Murphy has been pleased with how his team has played so far this season, as they'll get another corner kick coming. Just as it's been some individual mistakes, overextending ourselves in suppressing moments, but he thinks his team is getting into good spots, and they have another corner kick here that's presented by Allagash.
I had a conversation with Bobby Murphy ahead of this match, and we said, how do you fix those individual mistakes? And he said, look, number one is just reps. Getting understanding how to play within your system and teammates, and finding the ball, seeing the ball hit the back of the net. We have to have that killer mentality.
Messer, it's an in-swinging ball going back post. Liani heads it down. Saved by Lewis. That's what you're told to do. Head that ball down, make it difficult on the goalkeeper. It was a good save. Here's Ollie Wright, right back at it for Portland. Cut in Fields, Brown stepping in. Hearts of Pine trying to win it back quickly, and they do. Get out wide for Messer. Messer weaving, getting end line, getting the cross away, and putting it out of play.
Great header here from Liati. He just simply out-jumps every single player of One Knox, and he does everything right. You need to head this ball down, back where it came from, to just really test Lewis. Flawless positioning and even better goalkeeping. Notice how he parries it up and away to not give Portland a second chance at a rebound.
Lewis sends it away again.
Nice ball there.
Quick touches here from Portland, and they're sprung into the attack again with Walter Varela. Varela trying to weave through. It'll be another corner kick coming, presented by Allagash.
Talked about what Ian Fuller wants his side to be. He wants his side to be high pressing, but if they get broken, now that spaces start to open up, especially on wide parts of the field, we've seen Portland have some success when they play quick, when they play decisive, especially with Varela and Ollie Wright.
Again, it is Messer to stand over it. In-swinger put right on top of goal. Lewis went down, and that is why the whistle came. It looked like Varela fell into him, even though the ball ends up over the line.
It's a good call from our refereeing crew. Varela's just trying to sit right in front of Lewis and just make his life difficult. As he continues to back up to him, he impedes the goalkeeper's ability to come off of his line. It's a right call, and it is a foul on Varela.
Lewis was under some pressure, able to get rid of it. Langlois looking forward. Here's Liati for Ollie Wright. Has Messer on the overlap. slowed him up just a bit, and he's forced to turn it back. This pressure from Knoxville, though, giving Portland some trouble as they force another turnover here. Played quickly into space, and here comes one Knox. Another sliding challenge put in by Vinberg.
Needs to be cleaner for Molly Wright. Just too many touches to make a decision, and that allows one Knox again to their defensive set, and they're quick, they're transitional. First pass forward with Mark Doyle going down that far side. Just look how aggressive the winger has been. Love this look from Johnson. Even better defending in the end from Vinberg. Vinberg just to come across and deny Mark Doyle a clean path towards goal. And those are the moments, Josh, that Bobby Murphy needs his center backs to be tuned in mentally. Rest defense, especially when you're in possession. If you give the ball over cheaply, how quickly can you organize? Number one, stepping or dropping and denying transitional moments, crucial for Portland.
Here's Ollie Wright. Wright dispossessed, going to ground. Was Poon Angeron is now, it comes back the other way. Header down and calmly taken by Nathan Messer. Looking to play in behind once again. Wada to the end line. Forced out of play. And a throw in coming here for Portland. Wright takes it quickly. Poon Angeron. Poon Angeron. Ambitious effort, Ricky.
Difficult from Poon Angeron. He's already facing towards that sideline. Unable to get his hips around it and really test Lewis. That's when you need your center midfielder to be a bit more composed and just move the ball from left to right to give yourself a better opportunity.
Portland and Knoxville both being eliminated in the US Open Cup already this season in the last round. It was Knoxville who lost a really tight game against Colorado Springs Switchbacks. Went to extra time. They were in that game the whole way through. And then it was Portland losing out to Rhode Island, and this will be brought back for a foul. Referee Ryan Homick blowing his whistle. Portland wanted to play the advantage there, but the referee thought otherwise.
It's a rash challenge from Johnson. The way that he comes into it, really aggressive from the center midfielder. Good ball here.
You go right through the middle for Zad Liati. Liati moves out wide, just enough for defensive effort in there. Wada, more pressure and too much pressure.
This game is being played at 100 miles per hour. Some challenges that are coming in. Players are up for it. The intensity is what you would expect when these two teams are making history in this league.
This Portland Hearts of Pine club was announced as a new club on September 7th. Hearts of Pine nickname and crest unveiled almost a year and a week ago, April 27th of last year. Boy, did they do a good job. Shot from distance, blocked down, and cleared away again. It seems like almost an ideal day in Portland to play this game. It's cloudy, it's drizzly, mid-50s, pretty much what you'd expect.
The field is slick, the ball's going to move. The challenges are going to be flying.
Knoxville trying to move in transition again. That's when they're at their best. Good move there on the far side by Ritchie, and then he's fouled. Ritchie, one of the antagonists so far for these home fans, getting that goal in the 2nd minute, the first here at Fitzpatrick Stadium.
Love what we've seen from that left-hand side of one Knox between Doyle and Ritchie. As one pushes wide, the other one comes central. You never want to be playing on that same plane. Good balance between those two players for one Knox.
Sent into the box. Kostas able to bring it down. He goes down. He thought he was pulled down. No penalty.
Really close here from Messer. He's beat. Kostas does a really nice job at collecting his first touch and just staying on his feet. You see the disbelief from the winger of One Knox. Good ball over the top. Even better first touch, but this right here, he stays on his feet.
Was it maybe a handball on him as well? So just cancel him out and play on?
I think that's what Ryan Homick is thinking.
Kostas, who is back in the United States after spending some time for the last few years in his native country of Greece, where he played professionally, formerly with the Charleston Battery, 2020 and 2021. This is picked off again. Knoxville looking to come through the middle quickly, and that's Doyle pulling up and holding onto that hamstring. That is not good news for the Irishman. Is that a moment, hopefully this hasn't happened to you, but is that a moment when you just know?
You just know. You feel it, non-contact, and you cannot go anymore. You see the frustration as he slams the ground, Mark Doyle. And especially with a player of his profile, how explosive he is, the ability to stretch and be vertical. Not what you want if you are Ian Fuller and One Knox, to have a player of his quality, 2 goals and 1 assist in early of 2025. Top side of your screen. Just feels it right there.
Now Ian Fuller has to make some adjustments. Well, if you're just joining us, if you tuned in even just a few minutes late, you probably missed the opening goal here at Fitzpatrick Stadium. Stuart Ritchie from right at the edge of the area.
What I love about this goal is it's just simple football from One Knox. They're not trying to overcomplicate things. When there is space, Ritchie puts it on target. Or as you have to think he sees it late with the amount of bodies that is in front of him. But yet One Knox will take it, and they're playing spoiler here 27 minutes in.
Doyle back on his feet. Initial signs didn't sound like he was going to continue on, and it appears Knoxville is getting a sub ready. Some of this sellout crowd looks on today at Fitzpatrick Stadium. The atmosphere has been top-notch so far. And it appears it is Sievert Haugli who will come onto the field. And Ian Fuller just slamming the boards. Maybe some frustration that Haugli isn't going quick enough here. Haugli will come on at the next dead ball. Haugli, a defender and taking off an attacker, so Knoxville will have to rethink some things in terms of personnel. Trying to get a cross away. Varela keeps it on the deck, loose in the middle. And that was good work by Varela to get out of the way. You know the 5 Ds, Ricky, as Sievert Haugli comes in. Varela doing his job there.
What movie?
Dodgeball,
right? Did not have that on my bingo card. A dodgeball reference from you.
Not a big movie guy, but I've seen
that
one.
Series?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Here's Nathan Messer, an Allagash corner kick. In swinger again. Haugli right into it, and he heads it out of play. Another one.
What Portland is trying to do here, just have so many bodies in front of Lewis to throw him off and just cause chaos. Messer has been fantastic in his placement within his delivery. The in-swinging motion, enough power, enough pace.
Messer again, trying to crowd Sean Lewis in goal. Zaracostas trying to bring this
Good
out.
challenge.
Michelle Poon-Angeron going into the challenge. There'll be a throw-in coming for Jaheim Brown in Knoxville.
Those moments are just so important for Portland because what Knox, they're so transitional. So you can beat transitional moments in two ways. You have to drop and eliminate the space behind you when there is no pressure on the ball, or you need to step up and kill the transitional moment at its origin.
Ollie Wright. Michelle Poon-Angeron. Move it out wide again. Wright ahead for Wada. The cutback ball blocked out of play. And it will be another corner kick coming for Portland Hearts of Pine.
Skelton has done a nice job at just applying some coverage for Brown as he's getting sucked out into Ollie Wright's space. He has to provide coverage, and he's done just that.
Another Allagash corner kick on the way. Sashi Wada delivers. High lofted ball all the way to the far side. It's a great first touch by Liati. Another corner kick. They keep adding up here for Portland.
Allagash corner kick.
You're getting the hang of it now. Nathan Messer. All that service been right on top of the goalkeeper. That's where it comes again. This time out of play off of Liati's head. And finally, Knoxville can get everybody out of their box.
Knoxville's done a nice job at winning those individual duels. Lewis is really confident when he steps up off of his line, commanding his 6-yard box. Give credit to every single player doing the defensive side for what Knox.
Lewis gets it away. Here's Poon-Angeron. And now Walter Varela. Ollie Wright wanted the switch of play. It eventually comes to this near side. Messer will help lead the charge.
And with the inclusion of Haugli, now he's going to play as that double pivot next to Caputo. That's going to push up Johnson into the number 10 role. Tequila will play as number 9. And then you have Zaracostas and Goaling on both sides. So it is a little bit of a tactical wrinkle for Ian Fuller in terms of the personnel change. But structurally, it's going to look very similar for one Knox.
Possession turned over. Knoxville looking to break some lines. Brown trying to play in behind, and nobody making that run down the near side. Slip forward again. Here's Varela to turn it infield. The outside of the boot, moves it out wide. Ollie Wright. Messer coming forward. Another challenge put in by Jordan Skelton. It's another Allagash corner kick on the way.
Not the best of balls here from Ollie Wright. There's just no space for Messer to run into. That is when, as you are a winger, you need to use this run as a decoy. As Brown steps off, that's when you need to come century, because you just play into the path of Skelton. He has a better body position. That is some challenge from the center back.
And now a card here in the middle. And it'll be a free kick going to one Knoxville. He's laying it out in transition very quickly. Michelle Poon-Angeron into the book.
When you're dealing with a team that's just so transitional like one Knox, an emphasis is on your positioning to start the play. Poon-Angeron knows exactly what he's doing to Tequila, trying to take him out and deny a moment that one Knox can go after. Big test for the center midfielder in terms of his positioning and the challenges he goes into for the remainder of this game.
Floated forward, all the way to the end line. The square ball right in front. Portland do a good job to get it out. Loaded into the box again. And the offside flag is up on Mikel Guling. 23-year-old rookie, started his college career at Young Harris, continued on at UC Santa Barbara. The Gauchos.
Blue Jays.
You're a Blue Jay. Commanding header by Skelton in the middle. Boone Angeron. Molly Green.
In moments like this for Portland, you need more out of Wada, your number 10. He needs to play off the shoulder of Hauge and Caputo, because what they'll do, that'll allow this one Knoxville side to drop off a little bit. And as he's not really influential, now you start to see Liotti stepping in and just going to get some touches on the ball, and that just congests that space centrally, which is the opposite of what you need to do if you are Bobby Murphy's side.
Direct style of play so far from Knoxville. Use that ball over the top. Challenge coming in. It's just a throw-in. Sievert Haugli coming off the bench just a few moments ago. But no card coming, it appears, from Ryan Holmick, the referee.
Another aggressive challenge here from Haugli. Notice how he just times it and he gets all the ball. It's clean. Not a foul whatsoever. Just awkwardly how Mikey Lopez lands. We've seen some hard challenges through the first 37 minutes here.
Players been up for this one on both sides. It was a fast start for Knoxville, spoiling the party, taking the crowd out of it as much as they could with that goal in the second minute. Guling. Move it down the line. It was Brown making the underlapping run. Now Portland looking to get out in transition with Varela. Azad Liotti trying to hold play up. It's cleared back the other way.
Bobby Murphy irate on that sideline. Just not clean enough for Portland. Once they get into higher positions, needs to be cleaner, and players that are just not on the same page. It's been a microcosm of what we've come to see for Portland. Doing a nice job at retaining some possession and forcing turnovers, but now when you do get on the ball, you need to connect your first pass, and you need more mobility and movement from your number 9 and your number 10.
Here's Liotti. Moved out of play. That's another throw-in for Knoxville. The USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN+. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. Play through the middle, and now it comes out wide, and he's trying to come out to this near side for Wright, who's in space, but the spaces or the passes have not been on the money for him.
But again, that needs to be Wada playing this ball wide. No need for Liotti to drop in about 10 to 15 yards deeper and then try to get his hips around it. Bump it back into your number 10, and he could spray it wide with a better body position. Just not on the same page, those two players for Bobby Murphy, and their attack has suffered because of that. Touch
to the end line. will harmlessly trickle out of play. Portland just trying to get back in this game. A foothold from an attacking area. They've had a ton of corner kicks, 8 to be exact. 13-8 in terms of touches in the opposition box going Portland's way. This game has largely been played the way that Knoxville wants it to be played. Not a lot of possession, getting out in transition, capitalizing on the chances they have created.
It's been perfection for Ian Fuller. Coming onto the road and playing spoiler here, you need to do two things well: box defending and taking care of your chances. They've done both of that. So if you are 40 minutes in and one knocks, quite pleased with the performance, and that's a foul here on Varela.
Free kick going Knoxville's way. There's that long ball again, but the flag will deny any further progress. So we moved a little bit higher up the field where the offside infraction took place. Tequila kicks it away. Vidberg is gonna look for a card, I mean, as he should.
Tequila lucky not to see yellow here. Let's get the frustration from the center back.
Again, not able to connect with Ollie Wright on this near side. Back for Lewis, who sped up just a bit. Varela sliding in to win it back for Portland. Top of the area and nothing on as Knoxville look to play out. Flicked into the middle, and here comes one Knox. Tequila trying to battle his way back into the middle. Zaracostas was waiting there. Possession turned over. Here come Hearts of Pine.
Just unable to get any sort of rhythm. Portland, especially Varela, finding himself in really dangerous situations, but just the execution has been lacking. About the third time that we've seen him pick his head up and just simply pass the ball into a white jersey. On the other side, Zaracostas and Tequila have seen a nice little relationship start to form. They've shown that they can be very dangerous when they give them space to operate in.
Here's Wright. Messer has come forward from his left back position. Messer again. Wants it on that left foot. Curls the cross in. Dealt with in the middle. And Skelton will get this away. Good touch on it in the middle by Langlois. Varela and now Wright. Messer again providing the width. First time effort comes in the middle. No whistle for a penalty as it runs through. Azad Liati had the chance for Portland.
Nothing in this from Liati. He's the one who creates the contact, and there's no way that he's getting on the end of this ball. Great positioning from the two center backs of one Knox, and he runs into Fernandez. Simple as that. The ball's about 5 yards away. Good no call from Ryan Homick.
Final few minutes of this first half. Portland have no doubt grown into this game. One of your keys was for Knoxville to kind of weather the storm in the opening few minutes. Maybe it should have been Portland to kind of settle the nerves in the early few minutes. Here's Messer. Messer coming forward, going for goal. A scuff shot. And another clearance for Knoxville and Abel Caputo. Tequila.
Messer has been the most dangerous player for Portland from his left back position. The ability to work up and down this near side and provide some real quality of service in that final third.
Knoxville coming forward again. Deflected cross. This one will trickle into the corner, out of play. Corner kick on the way. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship and League One. From the Academy to the big league, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Everybody trying to get a good view of this one today. Home opener for Portland Hearts of Pine. Stuart Ritchie stands over the corner kick. Morse got a hand to it. Floated back centrally, right on top of the goal. Now Ritchie again. Tried to win another corner kick to no avail. And it is out of play. We enter 3 minutes of stoppage time. It is presented by Visit Maine. Hunter Morse ready to put this back in play. It's been a tough start to the season for Portland Hearts of Pine. Yet to win that first game. One loss, a couple of draws, but they've also played first and second place teams on the road in League One already this year, playing Naples, playing Spokane as well. Just trying to get things going in the right direction here in Portland. Going right into the boards here on the near side. That's Mikel Gouling. Making sure everybody's okay. That's very nice.
The fans shaken up. What a moment that is.
Maybe that can rally Portland here at the end of the half.
See, that energy can be infectious for the players in the field.
There's Varela. Wada. Varela again rolling it in for Azad Liadi. Guam moves it out wide. Another chance to cross. Nobody at the top of the box there. It's Ollie Wright. The header. Oh, it's flicked in! Masashi Wada scores the first home goal for Portland Hearts of Pine.
This is all about the movement of Ollie Wright. How he predicts where this ball is going to be when Brown goes up for the header. Bottom side of your screen, notice how he predicts it. Gets himself in a more dangerous situation and just tries to simply guide it. And then Wada, get yourself in a dangerous area and you will get rewarded. Liadi tries to help it on. He's onside. The number 77 for Portland Hearts of Pine. Easy goal for a player of his quality. Up to the corner to celebrate. And one run right before halftime.
Masashi Wada, his first goal for Portland Hearts of Pine. It is a town and country goal for Portland Hearts of Pine. And the first one these home fans get to celebrate here at Fitzpatrick Stadium. It appears there will be a set piece right before the break for Knoxville. Stuart Ritchie standing over it. Richie ready to deliver right at the end of this first half. The header, and Morse through traffic brings it down. Get a few extra ticks past the minimum of 3.
It's a really good ball in from Richie. Perfection with his placement. This is what you want from your goalkeeper, secure hands, especially with traffic right around him.
Played down the line, Masashi Wada bringing it forward again, going for goal, blocked. Cleared out to midfield, and Portland continue on. Right for Messer. Messer puts it in front, big save! Sean Lewis keeps it at 1-1, and the first half comes to a close. What an end to this first 45 minutes. Portland getting on the board and getting back level.
The last 5 minutes have been the best that we've seen from Portland. They're crisp, they're decisive, and they've been able to deal with the oncoming pressure of one Knox. Wada has found something within himself, and he's been more active, causing issues for one Knox. And halftime couldn't have came at a better time for Ian Fuller and one Knoxville.
Halftime here from Portland, and what a first 45 minutes this has been. One Knoxville getting on the board early, Portland equalizing late. This game heating up as we go to the break. Halftime is presented by Hannaford. It's Portland 1, Knoxville 1.
Sounds low. Great. So elbows back.
Broccoli is my favorite thing. That's the OG superfood right there.
Fresher is healthier. So Hannaford has that going for them with us in Maine.
We've been doing business with Hannaford for
my whole life. Our roots here in Aroostook County are very deep.
We were a potato family until broccoli was introduced. We'll cut something today and literally we'll be at the store tomorrow. It doesn't get any better than that.
At PAPE, we've dedicated over 50 years to making sure you do better. That means better prices you can always count on. It means you'll find extensive inventory. It means you can expect top-notch service. And most of all, it means you'll work with a team that listens to what you need and makes it a priority. So why are we so driven to make sure you do better? Because at PAPE, the only thing we love more than cars is people.
Halftime is presented by Hannaford. 1-1 between Portland Hearts of Pine and one Knoxville. It's been a fun first match here at Fitzpatrick Stadium. Portland in their inaugural season. It's been fun to follow this club and to learn a little bit more about what Hearts of Pine is all about.
Everything is so simple with soccer. Soccer is universal. You can go anywhere and play.
It's such a community-driven sport. It's the reason why I think I love it so much now.
Mainers have been waiting for an opportunity like this.
6 years in the making to have a club that's built around Maine, that's built for Maine, that is a reflection of the people that live here.
We all suffer together, and so we all strive together.
Listen, when I took this job, one thing that I made clear to ownership, right, was that the group of players that I would select, train, and put on the field would reflect the community from which they are represented, right? You've been around Portland enough to know there's not a ton of money in Portland, right? There's a ton of first-generation Americans who are getting by, who support this club. There's a bunch of blue-collar people who get up and work for everything they have that come out and support this club. Stick together, stick to the plan, be brave, and work your asses off. All right, let's go. Come on. This is 5 years in the making. Tonight is 5 years in the making. 90% of all available tickets to see you play at home this year are sold. That's not to mention the hours that this office staff has put into making this night possible. There's too much gone into this for you to let somebody else down. Don't let yourself down, and don't let all those people out there and everybody who works with you down tonight. Any doubts? Let's do it. You ready to go? Come on, Bob. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's go, let's go.
Chiesa, here's Edward Chiesa! Is he the hero again?
Promotion relegation coming to the U.S.?
How do you implement it? How long does it take?
Pro-rel would absolutely be it.
It's time for us to be bold and ambitious and make a move.
Okay, promotion relegation. We've opened Pandora's box.
Success doesn't come easy. It takes grit, hustle, and relentless effort. Every step forward brings you closer to greatness. This is your moment. Elevate your game. El Jimador, spiked bebidas.
Whoa, termites can eat a pound of wood a day. Pound of wood a day.
Pound of wood a day. Pound of wood a day.
What's wrong, Daddy? Daddy? You okay?
Keep termites out of your home and your head with our premium guarantee that covers up to $250,000 in new termite damage. Before panic shows up, Terminix it.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
This week on USL All Access, we talk the big winners from Week 1 of Jägermeister Cup. We're also going to preview Sunday's nationally televised match between Oakland Roots and Sacramento Republic on CBS Sports Network. Liam O'Connell, Technical Director of USL Men's Pathway, joins us to talk the structural changes that have taken place at the youth level and how they're for the greater good of development in this country.
I'm David Libby, President and CEO of Town & Country Federal Credit Union. At Town & Country, we work hard to make a difference every day. From providing a first auto loan to that young adult just starting out, or making the dream of home ownership a reality with a mortgage offering closing costs well below nearly every other local lender, or a Visa credit card with a great rate. Town & Country Federal Credit Union is local people helping local people. Let us help you.
A big day for the state of Maine, the city of Portland. That is the 75th governor of Maine, Janet Mills, taking this one in from Fitzpatrick Stadium. Halftime is presented by Hannaford 1-1, Portland Hearts of Pine, and 1 Knoxville SC. News and notes from time here from Fitzpatrick Stadium. The rain continuing to fall, but we are at the break. It's presented by Hannaford, Portland 1. Knoxville 1. Second half coming up.
At PAPE, we've dedicated over 50 years to making sure you do better. That means better prices you can always count on. It means you'll find extensive inventory. It means you can expect top-notch service. And most of all, it means you'll work with a team that listens to what you need and makes it a priority. So why are we so driven to make sure you do better? Because at PAPE, the only thing we love more than cars is people.
I'm David Libby, President and CEO of Town & Country Federal Credit Union. At Town & Country, we work hard to make a difference every day. From providing a first auto loan to that young adult just starting out, or making the dream of home ownership a reality with a mortgage offering closing costs well below nearly every other local lender, or a Visa credit card with a great rate. Town & Country Federal Credit Union is local people helping local people. Let us help you.
Soccer, more than any other sport, brings together fans of different backgrounds, different cultures, different communities, and makes them one community.
Has anyone ever seen anything like this? It's magic. There's no other word for it. It's magic happening here in Portland.
This is history. This is momentous.
We officially have professional soccer in the great state of Maine.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Tonight's home opener is presented by Visit Maine. Halftime is presented by Hannaford. 1-1 at the break between Portland Hearts of Pine and 1 Knoxville SC. The halftime highlights are presented by Kennebec Savings Bank. And it started right away for Knoxville in this game. Stuart Ritchie, his first goal of the year.
It's a patient build-up from 1 Knox, and I love how they don't overcomplicate things, and they just play simple. They play the passes on, and when there's no pressure, Ritchie takes his first touch inside that 18-yard box, and you have to think Moores needs to do better with this. It's a shot right down that middle of the goal. Doesn't deal with it nearly well enough. Trickles in, and 1 Knox come into this hostile environment and continue to play spoiler, but it took a little bit for Portland to get in a rhythm. They were at their best when they were playing quick, but this is all about the movement and the anticipation of Ollie Wright. As his ball comes in, notice how he just takes a more advanced position and then tries to guide it into that back post. First, Liotti gets a bite at it. Wada says, thank you very much. I'll just poke it in and off to the corner to celebrate 1-1. And that's how we finished the first half.
Well, not quite. There was still more in it for Portland. It felt like it was going to be the end, but we played a little bit longer. Big save from Sean Lewis.
Messer was at the thick of everything going forward for Portland, and I love the aggressive movement from Wada to slash across that near post, and that is some save for Lewis to keep it 1-1.
And that was the end. Rain continuing to fall, but this sellout crowd sticking around, throwing the ponchos on, waving their flags. They are still enjoying things here at Fitzpatrick Stadium. The former USL League One striker Ricky Lopez-Espin. I'm Josh Eastern. Thanks so much for being with us here today. Knoxville, they had a quick start today. They also had an early sub come on in the field with Siebert Haugley coming on for the injured Mark Doyle. We'll see how Ian Fuller wants to play it with his subs as this game continues on. For Portland Hearts of Pine, they got better as the game went on and trying to continue that momentum. Players just about to get into position. We can get this second half underway. closing out the weekend with a couple of games here in USL League One. On this Sunday, Spokane Velocity and Westchester have kicked off. Westchester, an early goal at Spokane, as this second half is underway from Portland, Hearts of Pine, and Knoxville. Bobby Murphy talked about the occasion, how the crowd would be in this, but they'd be on their side, trying to continue that momentum and pick up where they left off at the end of that first half. Wada couldn't get it out wide to Ollie Wright. It's a throw-in coming for Portland. They were the ones to get the late goal. 45+2 officially for Portland.
And it's the first action of this second half, but already you see Wada more as a pocket presence.
There's Ollie Wright. Gonna work it back into the middle. Laid off, hit from distance! Everybody was waiting for that net to ripple. And a good shot put on there by Pat Langlois.
This is when Portland Hearts of Pine are playing at their best, when they have a lot of movement higher up the field and allowing their team, their players, to express themselves. But I love the unselfish nature for Varela. Simply just puts it into the path of Langlois. He needs to hit it first time, and he does not miss by much. Simply tries to guide it with the inside of his foot to that top corner. Good action from Portland.
Before Wada scored, he was the only player in the lineup that had scored a goal in league play. This is bouncing, eventually headed back for Sean Lewis. It was Langlois who scored in the 2-1 loss at Tormenta. Langlois wins it back again in the middle. Here's Masashi Wada. Into the corner. Liani was never going to get there. Messer blocks it out, and a goal kick coming.
Continuing to grow off of the momentum for Bobby Murphy and this Portland side. Notice how they set up on this goal kick as well. Really aggressive in their mentality, pushing all these players up. So if you are Lewis now, you need just to clear your lines and just gain some real estate higher up the field.
Kostas, big collision there in the middle. It was clean there with Vinberg. Now a whistle here and a free kick going Portland's way. Wright tries to go quickly and turns it over.
Good step here.
Varela through the middle. Varela, it was just behind him. And turned over again. Varela trying to step forward. Has an overlap from Mikey Lopez. Keeps it on the deck as he cuts it back. Wright got a touch on it. Wright continues. Now lays it off. Langlois. More sustained possession to start this second half for Portland. Give and go. This will run all the way to the outside. Knoxville will look to clear, and it's good skill on the far side. Bowling trying to come forward. He eventually gives it up. Portland right back on it.
Just are more confident, this Portland side, to start this second half. Ability to slow the game down, put their foot on the ball, and now that allows the players higher up the field, just find those little angles that they can break through this one Knoxville defensive set.
A foul by Messer will set up a free kick right at midfield. 4-1 Knox.
No real need for Messer to try to win this ball. As you come through goaling, it's always going to be a foul. That's when, if you are a defender, you just need to move your feet and get in a better position.
Lindbergh stepped forward, couldn't connect with Wada. Ugly moves it back. Right, tried to just kind of dummy that in behind, didn't work out.
Good ball.
Through the middle, Varela couldn't connect with Zadliati. And now might is turning into a transition opportunity. Zerakostas cuts it in field. Stavros Zerakostas, the extra pass. Messer tracking back. Zerakostas stays on it. Deflection comes in. Big save, Morse. Goaling had the opportunity for Knoxville. Tequila was there as well. Corner kick, one Knox.
Zerakostas needs to play this ball right now into Tequila as you take that second longer. Now that allows Portland to have players behind the ball. But what about this save from Morse? Point blank. Reactionary, quick off of his line to make himself big to deny Tequila his third on the season.
In-swinger, back post. Headed away, shot coming in, also blocked. Langlois now right. Portland trying to get out in transition here. Ollie Wright, the switch of play. Stuart Ritchie able to win the header. Ritchie continues on. Referee says, throw in Portland. Ruling went to ground to win it. Now in the middle, Langlois for Lopez. Portland can settle things down.
Langlois just puts his hand up because he had Ollie Wright and Wada acres of space. If he just picked up his head and changed the point of attack, it can be a 2v1 going back the other way. And that first pass is just so crucial when you're dealing with a team that wants to high press you, that wants to recover the ball as quickly as they can, because if you do bypass the initial line, the whole game and the whole field will start to open up. You need to do a better job at taking advantage of that first second if you are Portland Hearts of Pine.
This city has been buzzing for quite some time about this home opener. Portland did play a couple of home games in the US Open Cup. Some memorable nights in the US Open Cup as well, including beating Hartford Athletic on penalties. It was played, though, at a local high school. While this stadium is still undergoing the multi-million-dollar renovation. The field, the locker room, the lights. Bobby Murphy said he was at dinner the other night and he heard people talking about it, which it's really fun when you can feel it around town the week, the days leading up to this game.
It makes it that much more important and more influential for the city. So we're a team that wants to replicate a lot of the people that are hardworking, that are true to their craft. We want to replicate that on the field as well, and we've seen that from Portland Hearts of Pine. Never say die attitude, say in every single game, give their most at every second.
Gail Goulding couldn't keep it in play. Through the middle, Poon Angeron. Looked like he had Ollie Wright on that far side. Too many touches. It still is Messer. He's been the best player on the field today for Portland.
Most influential by a mile for Portland. The recognition went to be more aggressive as Ollie Wright comes centrally. Now that allows him to come around the corner, and we've seen him give some quality service when in the final third.
Messer, who is from London, played last year with Rhode Island. Before that, played with Vermont Green in USL League Two, so he knows all about soccer in this area of the country.
Good ball.
Long switch of play. This comes off well for Knoxville. Zaracostas cuts it in. Stavros Zaracostas kisses off the outside of the post.
Starts with this long switch of play. This is exactly where you want Zaracostas to be operating in. Head down, full of steam. Now he has the advantage of Messer as he continues to push him into the 18-yard box. He can go right foot, he can go left foot, and tries to get enough English to bend it into that far post. Great action from Zaracostas and nearly giving Knoxville the lead.
Landing header by Hungley in the middle. And now a whistle coming. It's a free kick on the way. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site. SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. Wada, the goal scored tonight for Portland. As the rain continues to team down here, it's a whistle and a free kick coming for Hearts of Pine. A sub on the way for Portland. It's the end of the day for Walter Varela. And coming on is the very experienced Jake Keegan, who will also play against his former club here today.
That will change things going forward for Portland. Now Liadi will play on the right-hand side. Keegan will be that single lone striker and the focal point for Portland Hearts of Pine.
Ollie Wright sends in the free kick, nothing doing. Wright collects again. Shelpoon Angeron floating it forward. The back heel, here's Keegan. Keegan's cross, bouncing into the box and cleared away. Spin will keep this in play, and Portland can get on it again. Masashi Wada cuts it in. Wada curls it back post and out of play.
Start to feel himself. Wada, the ability to play in tight spaces and just create a little bit of separation. Look at the nice little shimmy of his shoulders just to create and send Fernandez packing. I think he's caught between two minds in the end. Is he going to go for a goal and try to play into the path of Liadi? Good effort from the striker.
Jake Keegan, who has come on, he played 2023 with One Knox. 30 appearances in all comps with 6 goals and 3 assists. He's been, as this challenge comes in right at the edge of the area, there'll be a throw-in on the way. Wada is down. It's a heavy challenge.
We've seen some really strong challenges from Skelton, providing coverage to his right back Brown yet again. And he's a no-nonsense defender, a front foot defender, so he's going to be very aggressive at stepping off of his line. Take a second look at it here. It's clean yet again from the center back. Great timing from Skelton.
Wada lays it off. Wada goes down again. This one is a free kick. Abel Caputo getting caught. We should mention Caputo did pick up a yellow card at the end of the first half. needs to be careful, and this might be his last strike here.
The positioning of Wada has been so much better in this second 45 minutes because now he's playing off the shoulder of Haugli and Caputo, and they're running downhill, and he is very lucky not to see a second yellow here.
Messer, one of those standing around this. Ali Wright appears to be the other one. It's a four-man wall for one Knox. This is Nathan Messer, and it's saved by Lewis.
It's a good idea for Messer, but just not enough bend, power, and movement to really test Lewis. Easy save in the end. Just trying to catch him cheating.
Lopez trying to work his way through. Punanjaran gives it away. It's a throw-in coming for one Knoxville. Play will be stopped because there are 3 subs on the way. The first one, we'll see Mikel Goaling exit. Nicola Rosamilia will come on. Also coming off is Callum Johnson. Entering for him is Angelo Kelly. The last one on is Babacar Dieng, who will enter for Kempis Tequila. Dieng, Kelly, Rosamilia on, Tequila, Goaling, and Johnson off.
And Gino Kelly will give this one Knoxville side a bit more of stability. Essentially, he's going to play right next to Haugli and have their freedom to go and search the game. Dieng's going to give you a lot of verticality and movement on that front line. Rosamilia, a player that wants to combine with his teammates around. So if you are Ian Fuller, it's a very attack-minded sub to try to get a result here.
I said this is a Knoxville team that usually doesn't have a lot of possession, and yet they've been very successful so far this year. They have not lost in league play. There's Angelo Kelly as it's turned out wide. Another blocked cross. Knoxville able to keep it. Angelo Kelly, also formerly with the Charleston Battery, was teammates at Charleston with current teammate Stavros Zerakostas. Long ball over the top. Vinberg there to play it. Zerakostas right on his back. Zerakostas goes to ground. Again, now getting back to his feet. He's looking for a foul. Instead, it's a goal kick.
Vinberg has done a nice job at playing right next to Green and just be able to read the game. Nice battle between 2 quality players. No foul in that whatsoever. Zaragoza goes down and trying to look for the foul. I'll tell you what, Josh, Ryan Homick has done a nice job as a referee here.
Zerakostas locked down by Haugli. And now Liati can look upfield. Right into the path of Ali Wright. Wright puts it back post. Just a little bit too tall for Pat Langlois.
That central location has been very effective for Portland because that gives you the ability to play to your left-hand side or your right-hand side with the ability to isolate at that wide part of the field. Ali Wright tries to lift it to this back post, just too much weight underneath it. to have a teammate get on the end of it. But yet again, Wada and Liati starting to find those pockets of space right in front of one Knoxville's two center backs.
Floated forward. Zeracostas is able to keep the ball in play. Now it's touched out, and it'll be a corner kick on the way. The wet surface making it fun for these players to go to ground, but they got to get the challenges right.
Need to get it right. You cannot get overzealous and try to do too much with your challenges. On the other side of that, if you're a striker or any attacking player, if you have an opportunity to test a goalkeeper, you do it. Shoot low and hard, any sort of spillage, there's a rebound.
Shelpoon Angeron getting back to his feet. Zeracostas standing over his corner kick. It's in back post, looping header off the crossbar. Morse looked like he had it measured. Sent back into the middle by Zeracostas. Ali Wright tries to bring it down. It ends up out of play for a Portland throw. Boy, this rain is continuing to fall in heavy amounts. Shelpoon Angeron is down. That might spell the end of the day for him. Angeron from Trinidad and Tobago is the first signing after Bobby Murphy was named head coach.
Good ball in from Caputo. Even better header from Hal, who just tries to catch Morse off of his line. Really difficult for a goalkeeper to judge this. As you're backtracking, you're unaware of where the post is in the crossbar. It does seem like Morse had it covered, and it did try to sneak in.
Will be Colby Quinones to come on. Shelpoon Angeron, his day is done. Colby Quinones from the state of Maine. Was with the New England Revolution Academy, and then played for Revs 2. These subs are presented by $3 Deweys.
Like for like sub for Bobby Murphy. Quinones is going to sit right next to Langlois in that double pivot role. More importantly, you get a yellow card off the field with the amount of physicality that's been onto this pitch.
Another foul. They're just flying in right now. Play this forward. Jake Keegan chasing after it. Messer whipping in this cross again. Oh, it's off the crossbar. Lewis had to be alert to it.
Very similar of what we just saw with Halge's header kissing that crossbar. You have to think. Messer's trying to bend this into the path of Liati, but nearly catches Lewis off of his line. If that's an inch or two lower, he has Lewis beat.
20 minutes to go. Both goals coming in the first half. Knoxville only 2 shots on target. One of those was obviously the goal they scored all the way back in the 2nd minute chance creation hasn't quite been there like it has been in the past. As Wada gets it out wide, right, quickly up ahead for Azad Liati. And on this wet surface, the ball is gonna move. It's not gonna help Liati chase up to it.
You need to take a second touch here if you're Ollie Wright, just to allow Liati to continue his run and let the play develop. Because more times often than not, as a number 9 makes that diagonal run, he pulls out a center back, so that opens up space for a secondary runner, which will be Wada. Ollie Wright has been active, but once he gets to the final third, it's been a bit slow, indecisive, and not clean enough with a player of his quality for Portland Hearts of Pine.
Lopez, that was a tough pass for Messer to handle, and Portland still get a throw in out of it. Haugley, big presence in the center of the park for Knoxville. Holding behind for Stavros Zarakostas. Ends up out of play. Not sure what. That was a shot, a cross.
The intent was there from Zarakostas, just trying to get his hip squared up as quickly as he can. Knoxville having a really difficult time getting in any sort of rhythm in this second half. I have to think Bobby Murphy, one, got into his boys. Not good enough from Portland Hearts of Pine for the majority of that first half. And second, continue that momentum that they started to grow after that first half. They've been fantastic. They've been the better side since coming out of halftime.
Tug of the jersey there, and there's no whistle. It's a play on. There's a jersey tug, and that'll be a yellow card. Sievert Haugley into the book. If you call one, you probably got to call the other, but you called the second one.
That's a foul. No question whatsoever for Mikey Lopez, right in front of our center referee. And then Haugley says, if Mikey Lopez can do it, why can't I? Just looking for a bit of consistency in that action from Ryan Homick.
That yellow card presented by Joe Bornstein. Knocked down, Wada has his jersey pulled. Quinones, big deflection. Lewis trying to shield the lights as this bounces towards goal, and he knocks it out of play. He couldn't see the ball. He was looking right into those new lights that they installed here.
But more importantly, if you're one of the two center backs of Knoxville, you cannot allow this ball to be bouncing inside your 6-yard box. You have to go out and attack it. Be proactive versus reactive, and that allows Lewis to be in a really tricky situation by no need.
It's an Allagash corner kick coming for Portland. Messer, the in-swinger. A lot of jersey tugging, hand fighting, contacts. We've seen it all throughout this one today. If you can't watch the match, you're on SiriusXM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights, plus your live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on SiriusXM FC 157 and the SiriusXM app. 15 minutes to go. The USL League One home opener tonight for Portland Hearts of Pine here at Fitzpatrick Stadium, a venue that has been around for about 100 years. But it has been renovated, a couple $1 million put into those renovations. And a beautiful new home venue here for Portland, right in the heart of Portland, Maine. Kostas trying to keep it moving. Instead, it's a throw and going to Portland. This game hanging in the balance for either side to go and take it.
Just feel that there's one opportunity for either side just to take this game. A player that's going to produce a little bit of magic or really silly mistake in the back.
Goalkeepers have been forced into some good saves today. Whistle here and another throw-in coming. Happy with things now, and the throw in from Stuart Ritchie. Another whistle. Colby Quinones to come off the field here for a moment. This will deflect out of play. Quinones now will get a throw in here for Portland. He get put in the penalty box for a second or
He's
two.
a timeout, Josh.
Yeah. I don't know why he had to come off the field. Liotti, and this all the way back for Sean Lewis. Here's Howdley. All the way back for Lewis again. Knoxville resetting.
Really big disconnect right now, 4-1 Knox between their back line and front line. There's just no pocket presence that can play in between lines to get on the half turn. Bad giveaway, watch out.
Lewis coming off his line as this deflects from Liotti out of play. And it'll be a goal kick, and Sean Lewis is shaken up here. Forced to fly off his line because of that errant back pass.
You can never fault Liotti of his work rate and his opportunistic nature. He's gonna hunt down every single ball, and he has every right to go for this ball. Lewis does get there initially. There's no ill will from the striker. It's an awkward coming together between the two players. Hopefully Lewis is okay to continue on. He's shown not only today, but through his career, how special of a goalkeeper he is.
Former USL League One Golden Glove winner, also time in the past with Tulsa and Indy 11. Home opener tonight at Fitzpatrick Stadium, and attendance of Just over 5,700 in attendance tonight. Brave in the rain, brave in the elements. Everybody's got their scarves, their coats on. It's a memorable night here at Fitzpatrick Stadium.
Just builds a little bit of character, right? The weather elements. But what a fantastic atmosphere this has been, and an occasion here in Portland, Maine. Players will remember it. The community has embraced it, just to see what it means for every single person involved in this club.
Portland Hearts of Pine will pretty much flip-flop home and away for the next few months, going into the rest of May and then into June. Warming up is Johan Garibe, if he is needed.
Good touch.
Quinones fouls Stavros Zeracostas. And there is a sub coming for Portland. End of the day for Ollie Wright. It's Titus Washington who comes on. San Diego native. Played his college soccer at Seattle U, now in his first pro season. Presented by $3 Dewey's. That is the final sub of the game for Bobby Murphy and Portland. He's used all 3 substitution windows. Foul here. Zeracostas brings Liati down. Enter the Prinks Tires Tailgate Kit Sweepstakes for a chance to win a prize pack worth up to $3,000. Scan the QR code on screen to enter today. Hunter Morse comes forward. He will take his free kick, sending everybody forward now for Hearts. Step by Sean Vinberg. Now Nathan Messer. Keegan scored a big equalizer in the Open Cup against Hartford. Now this poked away, and it might be a chance for Knoxville to run. Looking for width. Dien floats it for Zeracostas, who brings it down and lays it off. Costas has his cross blocked out of play. Another throw-in coming.
This back line for Portland has done a really nice job in this second half and not getting beaten with transitional moments. Green and Vinberg have been really aggressive at stepping in and just congesting that space in front of them. But also the 2 outside backs, Mikey Lopez and Messer, providing some coverage and coming narrow behind them. It hasn't really allowed One Knox to get out and stretch their legs.
Morse sends it upfield again. Feels like this crowd just waiting for something in this game. The final 5.5 minutes plus stoppage time, which we should get a few minutes for. Angelo Kelly coming through the middle. See the precipitation kind of kick up with every step, every slide tackle. Zeracostas going back post. Deanne went up for it and may have connected with Jake Keegan. And a yellow card will go to Babacar Dieng. It's a Joe Bornstein yellow card.
Always run the risk when you put your leg that high and your studs are exposed around the head area. Brave from Keegan to try to win this ball. You just see, yeah, no ill will, but still deserving of a yellow card.
Wow, a hard header into the turf. It works out. Here's Titus Washington. Cross comes in. The clearance taken on the volley, but nothing doing for Mikey Lopez. Now Angelo Kelly in transition and gives it right back. Kelly goes down. It was Knoxville looking for a whistle. It never came.
This game's starting to open up. Both teams trying to go for it.
Costas, quick passing here. It was too quick for Stuart Ritchie. His goal still holding up as the opener in this game and what has this game level at 1. Play this down the line. Here's Washington. Titus Washington for Jake Keegan. Cross fired in. Bouncing once. Ritchie is moved off the ball by Azad Liati. Liati sends it back in. Another header away. Taken on the volley. Bounced into the box. Loose ball again. Messer moves it forward. Another cross, loose in the middle. Azad Liati out of play. Would have been one heck of a goal.
Would have been the goal of the season for Portland Hearts of Pine. Notice the way that he approaches this, Liati. A little bit of a scissor motion, but he hits it with the outside of his right foot to just use momentum to its favor. And he does not miss this by much. Hits it so clean and so pure. The only thing wrong is he's leaning back just a little bit, and that's why it goes up and over. But what a strike that is for Liati.
Liati, who's technically on loan from Lexington SC. He's played with a different team pretty much every year. Last year with Lexington, before that with Huntsville City. Trying to get end line here is Washington. He goes sliding into the end boards, and it's taken by Lewis anyway. It'll be a goal kick. Another throw in coming for Knoxville. Portland has been streaming forward with their opportunities. There have been less coming for Knoxville as of late. Though Hunter Morris did have to make one big save in this second half. Zaracostas motoring forward. Cross taken by Morse. Five minutes of Visit Maine stoppage time. Morse waving everybody forward here. Howgley up to contest the header.
He's been good since coming on for one Knox. Solid in his defensive positioning. He's put out a lot of fires, and he's more of a defensive midfielder, like you alluded to, naturally a center back.
Liati bumped off the ball. It's been a good battle with him and Angelo Kelly. Quinones coming forward. This crowd trying to urge their team on to find a go-ahead goal. No handball. Washington puts it in. Come towards the top of the area. It's taken towards goal and sliced out of play.
Aggressive intent here for Messer. Really difficult technique as you're already backtracking to get your feet set underneath you to hit through the ball and keep your shoulders over it. The better option would have been to have a clean first touch and put this thing back into the mixer.
Lewis sends it away. This would keep one Knoxville's unbeaten run alive in USL League One. But it would end their 3-game winning streak in League One play. It's all the way out. This early juncture of the season, these teams playing in many different competitions. Portland and Knoxville eliminated from Open Cup, which will resume on Tuesday. Jägermeister Cup starting last weekend. And of course, league play.
A lot to balance. If you're the managers for Bobby Murphy, you're still trying to figure out your best 11, your relationships that you enjoy the most, because let's not forget, Josh, 3 months ago, these players were all strangers. Right? You had to build this thing from the ground up. You had to build a foundation, a culture, a game identity, and who this team wanted to be in and out of possession. So it's not going to be perfect. It's going to be a progress for 2025, but most importantly, they've shown some signs of who they are and how they want to play and go about their business to give the people of Portland, Maine something to be proud of.
This has been a fun back and forth match through 92.5 minutes, but the home fans open for one more moment. Whistle here, free kick coming. You're just getting tangled up all over the place. 2 minutes to go. Titus Washington putting it in the spot he thinks the free kick should be taken from. Knoxville could be content with taking a point out of this at this point. At least they can find one more chance at the end. They spoiled the party early on. It was Knoxville, though, to get back, Portland, Maine to get back into it. With goals bookending the first half. Another ball floated forward. Washington and into the challenge. There was no whistle. Liati couldn't connect with Titus Washington. Knoxville. And they send everybody home unhappy. Dien. Howgley. Last few seconds here. Slipped into the box, Zaracostas. Will run all the way out of play. Morse will have a chance to put this back in play as he sends everybody forward as we are through the minimum of 5. Laid down the line. Ball runs out of play for a throw, and we continue on. Is there one more chance in this for Portland? Going right through the middle. Washington lays it off. Messer, cross blocked. Mikey Lopez, and that is full time. The inaugural home match for Portland Hearts of Pine ends in a hard-fought 1-1 draw with one Knox in the rain.
Fantastic match of football. Two teams that wanted to play the right way, that they wanted to go for it, and it's a nice moment here between Ian Fuller and Bobby Murphy. A lot of respect between the two managers, and if you are Bobby Murphy, you have to be very pleased with what you saw in that second 45. You were the better side and deserved to find the back of the net, but that's the next step in the progression for Portland Hearts of Pine, but history made.
Those two managers, very close friends, and it's nice to see that embrace at the end of this one. The man of the match is presented by Trellis. It is Masashi Wada, first home goal in club history, coming just before the break.
He was fantastic in terms of his positioning and how effective he was in that second 45 minutes. You need to see that on a more of a consistent basis for Wada, because he does have quality to be an important piece for Portland.
The save of the match is presented by Kennebec Savings, and boy, Hunter Morse, this was a really good one.
Just acrobatic, it's reactionary, and I love his positioning. How he is in the central of the goal, not allowing Tequila any sort of space and angle. Big time save from Morse to keep this thing 1-1.
We will come back and wrap things up after this. Our first look at Fitzpatrick Stadium. Final score is presented by Apre. 1-1 is the full-time score.
No matter where your next adventure takes you, count us in. Allagash Brewing Company. From Maine with love.
At LL Bean, we've been innovating for over a century, making great products better so you can feel better. Day after day, year after year. Outside together since 1912. LL Bean. Be an outsider.
No matter where your next adventure takes you, count us in. Allagash Brewing Company. From Maine with love.
What is to come for Portland? Well, they'll be flip-flopping home and away. These are their next 3 home games, including Detroit City coming in here from the USL Championship. That will be in the Jägermeister Cup. The top team in the league, FC Naples, also coming to town here in just a couple of weeks. The full-time highlights are presented by Toms of Maine, and early on, it was an early goal from Stuart Ritchie.
Fantastic bit of play here for One Knox, the ability to be simple and effective. And if there's no pressure on the ball, why not have a go? You're about 18 yards out from Ritchie. You hit it centrally. You would think Morris needs to do better with it. There is a bit of traffic in front of him, but a goalkeeper of that quality needs to make that save. Yet One Knox will take it. They're playing spoilers to get a great goal in the first 2 minutes.
And in the last 2 minutes of this first half, it was the first home goal for Portland Hearts of Pine.
But this is all about the recognition and the prediction of Ollie Wright. Notice how he just peels off of Brown and then he puts the ball in a dangerous area. This is a really nice job of Wada to stay with it. Leotti gets a bite of it. Wada says thank you very much. 1-1 as we approach late into this second half. Good action for Portland Hearts of Pine, and they were really good at trying to find this equalizer. Look at this technique from Leotti. Bit of a scissor kick, use momentum to his favor. He does not miss by much. Nearly goal of the season contender for Leotti, but just pulls it wide.
Well, big chances there at the end. The final stats coverage today from Portland. A historic day here at Fitzpatrick Stadium, the home opener in USL League One for Portland Hearts of Pine. For our entire crew, broadcast partner Ricky Lopez-Espin, I'm Josh Eastern saying so long from Portland. Our final score presented by Opry is Portland 1, Knoxville 1. Good night from Portland.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.